The Washington Capitals versus the New York Rangers, November 24th, 2018. In total, there are 11 games on today. This is the first one, the matinee one. Every team in the league, except for the exception of LA, played yesterday. So everybody's playing back-to-back. And in saying that, New York yesterday lost 4-0 to the Flyers, and Washington beat Detroit 3-1. Some other notations on the game, starting with Washington. After this game, Washington had now has 35 second period goals, which is most in the NHL. Kuznetsov and Oshie missed their fifth game with this one. And Washington had also won 4 in a row going in, so it's now 5. After this game, Wilson had now 5 straight games with a point, and Ovechkin after this game had was tied for league for goal scoring with Pasternak and Skinner with 17. New York Rangers had a 7-game home streak snapped in this loss. 7-game home ice win streak, excuse me. And they had also won 3 of their last 4, 5 of their last 7, and they were 9-2-1 in their last 12. Let's get to the scoring. Vesey opens it up, gets his 8th of the year, assisted by Fast and Hayes in the first period. We go into the second. New York Rangers make it 2-0. Skeggy, if that's how you pronounce it, gets his 2nd of the year, assisted by Smith and Hayes, who gets his 2nd point of the night. Now, up until this point of the game, New York's playing really well. They're passing really well. They're back checking. They're forechecking. They look great all over the ice. But after that second goal, especially the one after Verana, actually the one that evens up the game, Washington just smells blood in the water, and they just wake up. Because this Dowd goal, when Washington makes it 2-1 for his 2nd of the year, assisted by Carlson and Connolly, was a deflection off of in the front of the net. And then Verana, his 6th of the season to tie the game unassisted, was he stole the puck and went on a breakaway and just kind of did a Glenn Anderson, came right around the front of the net, except for on the left-hand side. Left to right, and potted it up. So maybe Georgiev wasn't the goalie today for the Rangers. The backup wasn't completely prepared for his speed. But yeah, after that, it was just New York just stopped doing all those things. Stopped back checking. Started coughing up the puck. Stopped forechecking all those, and Washington just flipped the switch. They were all over them. Because Ovechkin then he cleans up some garbage in front of the net. Washington goes ahead 3-2. That's his 17th of the season, assisted by Carlson, who gets his 2nd point of the night, and Orlov. Third period, however, New York shows are still alive. Strome, off a beautiful sort of play by Howden, sort of to deflect the puck with his skates to Strome, who then does a nice little wraparound the net. Beats Copley, who's playing today in the back-to-back. So Strome gets his 2nd of the season on a beautiful play from Howden, and assisted by Pionk. And then Washington keeps coming again. Connolly gets his 4th of the season. He gets his 2nd point of the game, assisted by Carlson, who gets his 3rd assist of the game, and Verana, his 2nd assist of the game. And then Wilson gets his 4th of the season, gets an empty netter from way the hell on the other side of the net, past I want to say almost at behind the goalie red line there. And that was assisted by Kemphy. Washington was 0-2 on the power play. New York Rangers were 0-2 as well. Copley made 27 of 30 shots. Georgiev, 23 of 27. He wasn't necessarily bad. I mean, there was 2 goals. You kind of have to be more of an elite goaltender to stop. The one on Kemphy, was it Kemphy? No. excuse me, the one on Connolly was a slap shot from high in the left circle, and or maybe not a slap shot, it was more of a sharp wrister, and it was a bad change on the Rangers. He was left completely open, and he just whipped one in. So maybe that one wasn't, maybe an Elite Moore goaltender could have got that. And then the Verona goal, one could argue, but he was moving pretty fast too. So in any case, Washington's now 13-7-3 with 29 points. New York Rangers are 12-10-2 with 26. If you happen to notice here too, for Washington, they're getting a lot of scoring, obviously because Kuznetsov is out in Oshie. They're getting a lot of depth line scoring. Dowd, who's usually on the fourth line, gets a goal. Who else here? Connolly, who plays on the third and fourth line. So Washington started to get some balanced scoring throughout the whole lineup, and when they get those two players back from injury, you could see the old Washington back. Yeah, the rest of the games that are on today: San Jose Sharks versus the Vegas Golden Knights, Vancouver Canucks versus the Los Angeles Kings, Los Angeles being the only team who didn't play yesterday. Battle of the I don't want to say battle of the bottom or the basement, because I don't think Vancouver's record is that bad, but LA's is definitely. The Boston Bruins versus the Montreal Canadiens. That's always a good game. But Boston, of course, missing a lot of key defensemen, and they're also missing Bergeron. Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Islanders. The Winnipeg Jets versus the St. Louis Blues. Winnipeg coming off of sort of a heartbreaking loss, and St. Louis coming off of a stomping of the Predators. Them stomping the Predators, that is, surprisingly enough. The Buffalo Sabres versus the Detroit Red Wings, Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, Philadelphia Flyers versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto has lost 2 in a row, so they're looking to snap that streak. Chicago Blackhawks versus the Florida Panthers. Luongo is now out. I seriously doubt he will be playing today because he had a leg injury yesterday. And then the Dallas Stars versus the Colorado Avalanche. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like if you like this video. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have any Hockey Geek friends, please don't feel shy about sharing. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.